When you hear the word luxury, what comes to mind? I'd argue most people would instantly think of an expensive car or watch, or perhaps even a five-star hotel. And while those things can certainly be luxuries, I think we often overlook the most valuable luxury of all, and that's one we already own: time. So many of us move through life busy and stressed out that we often forget that time is passing us by quickly. We're distracted, and we chase things that look luxurious while overlooking the things that actually make life feel meaningful, like time with the people we love and good conversation. So in this video, I want to talk about the luxury of time and, more importantly, how to spend it wisely to live well. I'll walk you through 7 steps to help you build a life that feels richer, more connected, and worth being present for. Hi everyone, I'm Nick, and if you're new here, I talk about a wide variety of topics on the art of dressing and living well. If that sounds interesting, hit subscribe. Also, follow me on Instagram. I post there regularly and I have a ton of fun content planned. Before we dive into those 7 steps, let's talk about the problem that's plaguing society. Everyone is overwhelmed and busy. Every single person I talk to is trying to juggle about 1,000 different things. They're trying to stay in shape, make money, maintain relationships, keep up with messages from friends, and yet somehow still have time for themselves after it all. Time is the new luxury because it's so rare these days. But thankfully, it's also something that we can act on to make our lives better. A couple of weeks ago, I went for drinks with an older gentleman who's married, has children, and he's further along in his career. And he said something that stuck with me. He wished he used his time better. It made me think about how easily we waste it, and about how much better our lives become when we learn to spend it well. But packing our calendars full of activities is not the same as learning to live well. That's why living well starts with spending time well. You need to enjoy life and do the things that fulfill you, and this is increasingly difficult in today's world. But it simply means that we need to be more intentional with our time. You need to know when to work hard and when to slow down. You need to know when to say yes and when to protect your peace. And you know what? It's a skill that takes time to develop. So if time is the greatest luxury, the question then becomes, how do we actually spend it like one? And I think it starts with these 7 steps. The first step is to stop rushing through your own life. This morning I took a walk to the grocery store to pick up a few things, and it was raining outside. And I was just there in this calm state, just enjoying the walk in the pouring rain because I wasn't in a rush. It was this odd sense of bliss. My point here is when you slow down, you begin to notice things again, and you feel healthier because you're not in this constant state of anxiety. You also learn to enjoy the moment, no matter what's going on. One of the biggest reasons why so many people feel disconnected from their days is because everything feels hurried. Whether it's working, eating, or getting dressed, even when you finally have a quiet moment, your mind is already thinking about what comes after it. The thing is, a lot of deadlines are fake, and we give them to ourselves. So try to slow down and add in some more downtime. I think a lot of us feel guilty because we don't want to risk wasting time, but it's actually that extra time that's healthy for us. We're not meant to be rushing all over the place trying to optimize everything. And to be honest, some of my best memories that I still look back on come from moments where I was wasting time. The Italians have a phrase that I love, and it's dolce far niente, which means the sweetness of doing nothing. Sometimes we need to be reminded that doing nothing is good, and that we should be able to enjoy a moment without feeling the need to immediately turn it into something productive or useful. For example, sit with a coffee and don't reach for your phone. Take a walk without trying to turn it into a workout. Or have a dinner with someone and let the conversation go a little longer. That kind of slowness is true luxury. The second step is to protect your attention. If time is the most valuable luxury that you have, then attention is how you spend it. This is where modern life becomes dangerous. It has never been easier to lose entire hours distracted on your phone. You pick up your phone for one thing, and then suddenly you're scrolling on TikTok or watching videos on YouTube. We've all done it. Not only does this waste your time, but it also pulls you out of your own life. The last thing you want to be is that person who's on their phone during dinner or mentally somewhere else during a conversation. You'll miss out on so much life like this. And a man who cannot protect his attention will always feel like his time belongs to someone else. One thing I do is I simply turn notifications off for most of my apps, and I also keep my phone on Do Not Disturb basically 24/7. There are also different iPhone settings you can use to determine which notifications you actually want to receive and when. So try putting the phone down more, because one of the greatest modern luxuries is not being constantly available. Step number 3 is to spend time on things that make you better. Now, living a slow life and enjoying your time doesn't mean being lazy. A well-lived life still requires discipline. Spend time on the things that will help grow you into the kind of man that you actually want to become. When I was out for drinks with that older gentleman, he was telling me about how he wished he worked harder growing his business early on and spent more time dating. Those were the things he ignored early on in life. His advice to me, and therefore my advice to you, is to sit down and think about the things you care deeply about in life that also need work and prioritize those. Health, wealth, and dating are usually the big three for a lot of men. So for health, this could mean going to the gym regularly or playing a sport. For wealth, if you have a good job, that's great, but maybe it's starting your own side hustle or creative project and trying to grow that. And in terms of dating, maybe it's trying to talk to one woman a week or plan a couple of dates per month. The key is to be intentional about what deserves your best hours. And remember, whatever you spend your time doing, it compounds over time. The next step is to spend time on things that make life feel richer. And I'm not talking about being financially rich. I'm talking about things that make life feel more meaningful and make you feel more fulfilled. Those are the true luxuries in life. Things like cooking dinner with your family, waking up without rushing and enjoying a quiet coffee in the morning, sitting down with a book and reading slowly, or enjoying a long conversation with friends. These things may not sound impressive compared to flashy, stereotypical luxuries, but they are often the moments that make life feel worth living. I think this is one that a lot of men in particular struggle with. We often have tunnel vision and we work, eat, and go to the gym, and that's it. But it's important to include other activities for your own wellness. Try some of the things that I just mentioned. Maybe pick up a hobby that you enjoy. That's another good one. And one I've been trying to do more is talk to strangers. I was actually at a car show last week, which you can see the pictures on my Instagram, and I met this older man who was telling me about all the different car shows in my area. It was just nice to meet someone new and bond over a shared interest. Plus, you never know who you'll meet. The goal in life is to become financially rich, yes, but more importantly, rich in life. Next step, take care of your environment. The place in which you live will affect how you live. We all spend so much time at home, especially with work from home, that it does impact your life. If your environment is chaotic and cluttered or neglected, it becomes much more difficult to be calm and focused. So take care of your space. Make your bed, keep it clean, and buy proper furniture. When you take care of your environment, you shape the quality of the time that you spend there. If you'd like some tips, I did just make a video on the art of interior design that has a lot of good information on how to improve your home design. I'll link it below. Step number 6 is to be mindful of who you spend your time with. If I could give my 20-year-old self advice, this one would top the list. When you're young and you're still figuring things out, it's so easy to let bad people into your life as friends or in dating. But if time is your most valuable luxury, then the people you give it to matter. You are the sum of the 5 people closest to you. So choose who you hang around with wisely. Avoid people who bring in drama, negativity, gossip, or chaos. And instead surround yourself with genuine people, positive and supportive people, and people with good values. The people you give your time to shape the life you end up living. The 7th and final step is to build a life that you don't need to escape from. I think a lot of people treat luxury as something they use to get away from their everyday life, like the vacation, the restaurant, or the hotel. But you already have the most valuable luxury in the world, time, especially if you're a young man. So use it to build a daily life that already contains the most important things like beauty, peace, health, connection, and meaning. That, to me, is real luxury. Use your time wisely and build a life that feels worth living every day. So this week, ask yourself, why am I rushing? What am I giving too much attention to? And what would make my life feel more meaningful? And make adjustments where you can. Life is crazy for all of us at the moment. Remember that time is valuable, so focus on the things and people you care about most. And aside from that, all many of us can do is relax and enjoy the ride. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like it and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.